Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. This one's not really going to be, I guess, an instructional video, but more of things you can do with metal. I guess the technical term for this is coining metal, not making a coin or anything like that, like a spending coin or currency, but coining metal to add form to the material. In this case, it's a semi-drawing function where you use a binder surface to hold the metal prior to embossing or forming the metal versus a crashing operation where you just take two forms, put metal between, and come down, and wherever the wrinkles fall is where they fall. If you go back a few videos, and I'll put links to those in the description of this video, of when I made the visors, this, I wanted to have this centered onto the visor. It didn't quite work out that way. It was going to be too much work to do it manually the way I was doing it. This was all done manually, no CNC. This was done with mainly, and I can show you here, little carbide burrs like this one, 1/8 inch, and you can use it in a Dremel, which spins very high. I use it in, say, like a 1/4 inch grinder, similar to this one. This is a mini grinder, but not mini as far as the collet is concerned. You still need to have a reducer collet to put into the end of this, so you can go down to the 1/8 of an inch shank on the carbide burr. And you can use a multitude of burrs. Here's like my collection of burrs. Some are in somewhat rough shape, but there's still flutes on them and they do work. This one's got a little buildup of aluminum on it. I got to get that out with some heat. But you can see the different shapes, different shank sizes. They do different things. These are messy. You can't call it dust, but the shavings that come off of these will stick in your skin and give you some of the best slivers you've ever had in your life. So if you don't use the carbide burrs and you have other options, then more power to you. If you've got a little CNC machine to cut this form in, that would make it all the easier. This form was done, like I said, manually, using some acetate to mark out the forms with prick punches, and then slowly carving away the material. And you need a male and a female form for that, so I will show you that now. I guess what you're looking at here is sort of a rudimentary die. This being the punch, fitting in to this slot for qualifying the location of it, so that way the location remains the same as far as the form goes. This gives me, it's just a dowel pin with a slot that was cut and ground, probably filed. That gives me registration, so the forms match up. Okay, all right. So, but let me disassemble this and kind of show you what I'm talking about as far as the female goes. I wish I would have wrote a date on here, but I can assure you it was a while ago. I haven't cleaned it up. You can see this has just been sitting in a garage. Okay, you see this is the binder surface. This holds the material. And then here is the female shape to this male shape. And that was all ground starting from nothing, just a flat piece of material. This being 4140. And it still has a way to go. It's not done by any means. But I just wanted to kind of show you this to give you an idea of things that can be done when you don't have a CNC machine. All right, let's reassemble this. And then I'll try to give you some examples of hitting some materials. Now, this one I struck quite a while ago. This is a piece of 40 thousandths aluminum. Oh, maybe 5,000 series or so. This is draw quality material. You can see this. I don't know if this is from this shape or if I've refined this shape a little bit more before hitting it, but you can see you got the shape. You can tell where we're going with it. It just needs a bit more definition to bring in a little bit more of what we're looking for. We'd like to see the skull more rounded. But here again lies the problem of why I couldn't use this, because once I put this form in to a flat piece, it adds so much strength across the center I can't bend it any longer, like for the visors that had that nice shape to them. So this would have to have the shape as well of the visors, and then put the form in there. And that's kind of when I got discouraged, when I realized I got this far. Initially I thought I could do the visor work and then add this to it, but it was putting a flat spot in the visor, so it just didn't work out. So I kind of abandoned this project. So I do have a couple other samples. Here's a piece of 25 thousandths material. This is just the stuff you get like from Home Depot or Lowe's. The kind of the craft materials. This is aluminum. So if I put that in there, and then we'll give it a strike with our punch, and we'll see what kind of shape comes out of it. All right, so let me get this set up. Take these out. And then we'll just kind of slide this under there so we know that it's covered. Put that back in. Doesn't have to be centered or anything at this point, but okay, now I'll probably have to reposition the camera in order to be able to strike with a hammer above it. So let me get that set up and I'll bring it back. All right, I think this will give you a decent view of me hitting this with a hammer. All right, the hammer. One strike, and let's see how it did. All right, there's the reverse side. Right where the sticker's at. Oh, you couldn't plan that, could you? All right, well, I guess you get to see a second hit. Second hit. All right. Once again, there's the back side and there's the front side. It's getting a funny glare on the camera. So there is the 40 thousandths material, and there is the thinner material. And this is just a piece of wood, so I could be getting a little bounce back. But I think, for the most part, you get the idea of what coning is. And it adds quite a bit of strength to that area. I mean, I could probably bend this. You see how easy in between the two forms? But if I try to bend it against that form, it doesn't want to go. It'll actually like leave a flat spot, almost the width of this form. I think you can kind of see it with the way the light is. You can see it. But otherwise, this area is nice and flat. If this was a crash form, you might see some other wrinkling, some other deformation. But that's that material. Let's try this material. And I guess I'll put this side down since this is the rougher side. And we'll see how that goes. And that is 12 thou HVAC duct material that I've had laying around. Okay. And there it is on the 12 thousandths duct material. Oh, it actually split the eyes. You see that? See how it tore those? You can kind of see right where my fingernail's at, a little strain in the aluminum. So those eyes would have to get balled off a little bit. And you can kind of see how it matches how this one looks versus the aluminum, and you can kind of see where the strain line is at. But that's coning 101 on a very, very rudimentary, simple basis. Well, I hope you've learned something from this and gives you somewhat of a very basic understanding of what coning material is. Again, not having anything to do with currency. This is adding form to a material. If you've got any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to ask. Leave them in the comments. I try to answer all the comments that I get in a timely manner whenever I receive them. I try to answer them within a day or two, maybe a little bit longer, depending on what's going on and if I've seen it right away. But if you're interested in this style of video, I can give you other information as far as forming and flanging and piercing operations go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, unfortunately, give it a thumbs down. Give me a comment, good or bad. But thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks to my new subscribers. See you again.